Drilling operation. Here you can see the drilling machine. Operation of producing a hole in the workpiece is termed as drilling. This is the spindle. The workpiece is placed here, and this is the drill tool. This is how drilling is done. You can see a close view. The workpiece and the drill tool. The tool is rotated and it penetrates. This is the feed direction. It is done to remove the solid metal from the workpiece to produce a circular hole. Next is reaming. Reaming is the finishing of the already drilled hole, and the tool used is the reamer. It is the operation of sizing and finishing a hole already made by a drill using a tool called reamer. This is the tool rotation, and it is feed in the direction like this. Smoothing the surface of the drilled holes with a reamer. It removes only a small amount of material of the order of 0.1 mm to 0.3 mm and produces a smooth finish and required size. Next is boring. Boring is the enlargement of the already made hole, and we can see how it is working. This is the boring tool, and this is the workpiece. It is the operation of enlarging the already drilled bolts to the exact size. On a drilling machine, it is carried out by a boring tool like this. Now, counter boring. This is the counter boring tool. Here is the workpiece. It is the operation of enlarging the end of the hole cylindrically as for the resource of the countersunk review. You can see here, it is to increase the size of the hole at one end only to a small depth like this. Now, counter sinking. This is the counter boring tool, workpiece. This is the pre-drilled hole. It is the operation of making a cone-shaped enlargement of the end of a hole for the recess. The tool enters the workpiece axially and enlarges the top portion of an existing hole to a cone-shaped opening. So here a cone-shaped opening is provided. Next, tapping. Tapping is making the internal threads. It is made by the tapping tool. Here is a workpiece, tapping tool. It is the operation of cutting internal threads by using a tool called a tap. A tap is similar to a bolt with accurate threads cut on it. And here you can see the closer view. A tap is screwed into the hole by hand or a machine. Now you can see a threaded hole here. Next, spot facing. Spot facing is a mechanical drilling machine process. After the initial hole is drilled, a larger well or recess is drilled into the material. The head of the screw or nail fits into this well. This allows the nail or screw to sit flush with the surface of the item that is drilled. Next, machine reamer. This is the reamer tool. You can see machine reamers are provided with Morse taper shank for holding the machine spindle. Machine reamers are preferably for working with stainless steel as they produce less chatter. Types of flutes: straight flute and spiral flute. The spiral flute machine trimmers helps the chips to flow better than straight flute. Here you can see the rake angle. Other dimensions. Primary relief angles. Chamfer angle. Chamfer is also provided. Chamfer relief angle. Helix angle. Parts of drilling machine. First one, drill chuck. Here you can see a drill chuck. It is used on a drilling machine for holding the straight shank drills. Drill is inserted into the drill chuck and locked in the drill chuck by a key to grip the drill rigidly. Next is drill sleeve and socket. This is the sleeve. It gets the power from the motor through the bevel gear. Hole inside the sleeve is tapered to fit the tapered shank of a twist drill. This is the socket. A drill socket is used to hold the twist drill with a shank which is too large to fit into either the drill spindle or sleeve. Machine vise. This is the machine vise. This is a packing piece and the workpiece is holded on the machine vise by screwing. This is the fixed jaw and this is the mobile jaw. Now after placing, the drill bit is rotated. It is a mechanical screw apparatus used for holding a workpiece to allow the work to perform operation. Drill parallel. It is a packing pieces kept under the workpiece. Here you can see a machine vise and two packing pieces or parallels are placed. It is a pair of steel rectangular bars which is accurately machined. And the workpiece is placed over that. It is used to raise the workpiece above the drilling machine table. So that the parts can be drilled completely throughout without the damage to either the vise. Next is clamps and bolt. You can see here T-slots. The screws are placed there and the clamps are used to hold the device. Using this, packing should be as far as possible for the same height of the work. This is the work and this is the clamp. It is a packing. Using clamps and bolts, the workpieces can be held very rigidly. Now V-blocks. You can see the V-blocks. The V-blocks you can place around objects or complex objects. See, this is the V-block. and we can see how V blocks can be used to hold the workpiece. It is used to hold a cylindrical workpiece. Next is box jig. Jigs. Radial drilling machine. This is a radial drilling machine, and here you can see the motor and the column. This is the drill bit and the workpiece. We are performing a drilling operation there. Jigs are used to hold the workpiece and also to guide the tool while performing the operation. So, types of drilling machine. First one is sensitive drilling machine. Here you can see the 3D model of a sensitive drilling machine. This is the drill feed handle, table, column, table clamp, it is light in weight and the feed is given by hand. As you can see here, the spindle is moved. Next is radial drilling machine. This is the 3D animation. The arm can be moved about the columns. It can be moved up and down. Also the head moves in and out. The drilling operation, you can see a drilling operation done here. Upright drilling machine. This is the 3D model of the same. The workpiece is moved upwards by lifting about the column. Hand feed is given. By giving the hand feed, you can see the spindle moving in some direction and in the opposite direction. The upright sensitive drill is a light duty type of drilling machine that normally incorporates a belt drive spindle head. Next is gang drilling machine. Here a gang of drilling machines are used. Mainly more than one drilling machines are used for different purposes, different operations, or sometimes same operation. Here drilling machine 1, 2, 3, 4, and the workpiece is fed like this. First, here in this case, first one drilling operation, and the second it is a boring operation, third reaming operation, fourth tapping operation. So for mass production and all, we can do in this type of drilling. Speed and feed of the spindles are controlled independently.